one thing that we can talk about is this recent, I don't know what you would call it, situation, scenario, I don't know, with Doja Cat and Homeboy from Stranger Things. What's his name? Noah Schnapp's?
Yeah.
Schnapp. Now, he's 17, right?
I think he's definitely under 18, yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure he is younger than the rest of the cast. I think a lot of the cast is 18 already. But they say he's a minor, so I'm pretty sure he's not 18 yet.
He is 17 years old.
Okay. His birthday's not.
Born in 2004. We getting old. It's crazy, right? It's crazy.
Alex, 2004? Like, I was 8 years old. Well,
yeah.
We were 8 years old. Ew.
So, there's a lot to unpack here, first of all. It may not seem that there's like a lot to unpack, but there is, right? So first and foremost,
there's a lot to unpack. Actually.
First and foremost, right?
There is a lot. That's like
there's a lot.
There's like 6 things to unpack.
Let's start first.
Okay.
I like Doja Cat. I think that I don't care about people's personalities and all that other kind of stuff, but she's really talented and really good at music.
Same. I like her. I'm not a fan of her personality. She's like kind of one of those like those annoying like trying to be quirky people that I do not like. I never got along with those type of people in school. Like trying so hard to be quirky. Like she does a lot for me. I don't really like it.
Do you think she tries to, or she really just is?
I think it's a combination. I think she is, but then she also kind of like knows she has an audience, so then she's a little extra with it.
Gotcha.
Like it's like you know when people be like relatable, so quirky, like bitch showing my burgers. It's like it's just so weird to me. Like. And she's mixed. A lot of, I feel like I'm not to throw the race in there, but like no, but in my experience, a lot of mixed people, and I think her mom's white, which is funny because that's usually a thing. They say that the mixed people with the white moms are always so weird. They're mad, like weird to me. I don't know. Like I don't mean to offend anybody who's mixed out there, but in my experience, people I've dealt with white moms and black dads are very like. Their personalities are so weird to me. Like you could tell it's like a conflict. Like they're so like they're a mix of both of them. So they get that corny white woman syndrome.
Maybe we could talk about it later because I want to stay on this point because we got to be better about staying on our points. But there was a whole like Twitter was in shambles based on what I saw about the NBA draft because there were a lot of that. There was a lot of that.
A lot of that. It's so sickening. I'm sorry. It's just.
But anyway.
But yeah.
So there's a lot to unpack.
We like her, but her music. We do like her. I don't think it's undeniable, but her personality, I personally don't.
Her music is fantastic, actually. Mm-hmm. She's one of the very few women musicians that I actually listen to, and that's not because women don't make. I'm not one of those guys.
It's just she's obviously very versatile. Like she does
music
the way it's like if you're gonna be an artist and do it all, like kind of we said this before, like she kind of is what Nicki wanted it to be. Like Nicki. Obviously, we're gonna give her her flowers, but she was like, it was like something that she was kind of missing, like, especially like the singing aspect. Mm. I feel like Doja does better where Nicki kind of put it into the music world.
Yeah, I only say that because she is so versatile and she has so much music that I really just enjoy.
Yeah,
so
like
she definitely
think about all her songs, like she made mad hits.
Yeah, already.
Yeah.
But anyway, and this is a weird thing because we give her flowers with the way how weird this topic is. Don't kill us. But basically, for anybody with background. Noah Schnapp, who's gained popularity for his role on the hit series on Netflix called Stranger Things. Doja was basically reaching out to someone else to try to reach out to Noah to let.
No, she reached out to Noah.
Oh, directly?
Yeah, she DM'd Noah trying to get in contact with Eddie, the guy who plays Eddie. You know, I was saying how my hair looks like Eddie. His name is Joseph.
Oh.
Yeah, so she DM'd Noah.
Oh.
Asking what's his app, which everybody first of all was like, somebody like literally made a meme, like like they made like a joke showing like how you going to Instagram and typing in the guy's name is like you didn't have to ask him for that. It comes up.
Okay, so she wasn't trying to bag Noah.
No.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
But people still have a problem with her going to a minor's DMs asking for about another guy. Yeah. No, she wasn't trying to bag Noah.
See, guys, and this is why you got to pay attention to what's going on. I thought she was
Noah, how he comes into a situation, he screenshotted that
and then posted
it on TikTok. It got like 25 million views and counting. That was like 2 days ago. Listen. She had a problem with that, saying he's a snake.
See, now there's a lot less to unpack because I was going to get into if this was a man DMing the 17-year-old. See, come on, guys. This is why you got to do your journalistic.
I mean, there's still a lot to unpack because you had to unpack kind of how people's reaction is. Like, she is mixed, and I don't really count mixed people as black because they're not. They're mixed. But it's like you do kind of have to unpack the reaction from people. People loved her so much. I mean, but she was wrong with the situation. But sometimes you still kind of see the race elements of sometimes, because people will really love you until you do something, and then they go and pick Noah over Doja, so they going at her crazy.
So,
but she was wrong. I don't want to use race as an excuse all the time, and you got to hold people accountable.
So now I'm kind of conflicted, right? So.
Because like he didn't have to post a DM. It was kind of weird, but at the same time, it's not that serious.
It's I don't know now, because my understanding was how I just said, like, she was trying to get with him or DM him.
She was trying to get
but
the Eddie character.
Even though he is 17, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to feel, because I guess first and foremost, yeah, like you said, she could have just found it. Like, it's not hard.
Yeah, like she didn't have to ask him in the first place. So it's like, why ask him? Like, and he's a 17-year-old kid. Like, there's possibility he might screenshot this and post it, like, to be funny. Like, and that's another thing people have a problem with. The Doja is like the queen of that stuff, like posting screenshots and like exposing people like out of her quirky funniness. But when the tables turned on her, now all of a sudden he's a snake. And people still don't even know if her calling him a snake was her being serious. Like, they could have still been like she was being sarcastic, but people aren't taking it like that. Like, this went everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, she did a live. It didn't really seem like she was joking.
Yeah.
Because I did come across that. I mean, it's weird. If you take the minor aspect out of it too, I think it's just weird in general. You could have found his ad. He's not. Noah Schnapp's not.
Yeah.
Wait, what's his name?
But when you do add, yeah.
No, it's not right. Yeah.
But when you do add the minor aspect, it is a little weird. Like, you're in a 17-year-old boy's DMs.
And how old is Doja?
I think she's our age. Oh, she might be older than us. She might be like 27. She might be our age. Though.
She is 26.
She was born 1996 or 95?
95.
Okay, so she's about to be 27 in October.
I don't know. I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I would have just found the ad.
Yeah. Like, that's why people were making jokes, like, literally showing how easy it is. Like, they went to Instagram and they're like, this is for Doja. J-O. Like,
unless they're cool, though. Do we know if they're cool? Because then
they might be, but maybe not. Like, Doja seems like the type that will be cool with, like, a Stranger Things cast.
Yeah.
Like, the quirky theater kids. Like, she seemed like that would be her type of crowd. But at the same time, you're still almost 10 years old, like, older than these people.
That is true.
They're both their birthdays in October. Mm-hmm. So he'll be 18 like a few days before she turns 27. They're almost 10 years apart. He was born in 2004. She was born in 1995. Like, what are you doing? Like, you shouldn't be friends with people who. I mean, I get the industry is different though, because that's the industry though.
You know what? Because it's almost like, and it's not almost like, but it's like kind of reminiscent of the Drake and Millie thing.
And that was weirder because Millie was like 16, 15, I think, at the time.
Yeah, talking about dating and stuff like that. This I don't think is
weird.
as crazy, because it was just kind of more or less asking for
that Drake situation was sick.
Yeah, Doja didn't say anything about him. Like, it wasn't anything like her trying to, like.
Yeah.
So I think it's weird just because she didn't need to do it, but.
Because she could ask anybody else from the cast, but I think maybe there is some type of friendship that was already there, or like they were kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then that would make sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, he is 17, right? And if you talk about this all the time. Even when I think about myself a year ago, let alone when I was 17, my thought process on things is so different. So
Same.
She should have expected that he was going to.
Yeah, at 17, I would have made a little TikTok like that too. Not even thinking about the consequences or nothing, or not thinking that it was that serious.
Yeah, it's just funny seeing the immaturity of the youth.
Yeah.
Because why did he post it?
Like, yeah, because there's really no reason for him to post it. Like, okay. Yeah. Like, he probably was like snickering, like, ooh.
But it doesn't.
A hit.
It doesn't. And it
look
worked.
how many views he got.
Yeah.
He only has 22 million followers on TikTok. He got 25 million views. And then counting on it might be gone now, but I'm wondering what it might look like now.
Yeah, it's going to make his stock go up.
It might be gone. But look how he's in the news now.
Probably trending. Oops. Yeah. You know what? Again, I have to reiterate.
Ooh,
the fact
gone.
that this is the situation.
It's gone, too. Wow.
All that for what?
But he do be getting mad views, though.
You know what the problem with doing stuff like that, too? And we will give him a little bit of, leeway because he's young. Mm-hmm. But the problem with doing things like that is that you eventually don't become trustworthy. Mm-hmm. And then people are weary of things like that, because and he's young, again, 17 is like very, 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 and I have to reiterate, very young.
'Cause we're still young and we're 25.
Right, but 17 is like you're literally like a child.
Yeah, like we just got our license. Like we just were able to drive, literally. Like
But
you
now,
just able to get your license at that age.
now with these scenarios, now nobody's gonna ever DM him. Because you know Nick Young, I don't know if you're familiar with that whole NBA debacle situation. Do you remember what happened there? I mean, yeah, it was Nick Young. So basically,
Wait, with Iggy?
yeah,
I don't remember what happened though.
basically, D'Angelo Russell, the one that invented, of course, the ice in the veins. Basically, they were chilling, and then Nick Young was basically talking about, you know, different women, all this kind of other stuff, and he was recording, like on the low. It ended up getting leaked, and then Iggy
I think I
broke up,
that.
right?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
then,
that's remember. Yeah, I remember this happening.
because you did that, right? You broke that little bit of privacy and friendship, intimacy, whatever.
Code, yeah.
It's over now. Nobody's ever gonna trust anything. Like,
Like,
if you see D-Lo, keep any.
Yeah,
if you see his phone out, don't tell him nothing, right?
Yeah. Like
That's
now
the
you
only
got
thing.
now you gotta be paranoid. Like, oh, this, you said not to curse on here, but it's like he recording. It's like you
Yeah.
gotta look at him sideways. Like I know, like is his phone?
Yeah, let's check his phone. Let's make sure he don't have a wire on.
And that's messed up because that's gonna forever, like he might mature from that, and that's still gonna forever follow you.
Right, and then it definitely does hurt you. That's the only thing.
Yeah, because now Noah's gonna be looked at. It might be looked at among his friends as, oh, don't tell him who you like, because he's gonna post a TikTok.
Yeah, for the clout.
Yeah.
But you know, back to Doja, I guess at least. It's weird. I think people bringing up the minor part. I don't know.
People just like to throw that minor thing in there to make it seem so like they want to sound so like they're like being like an activist. Yeah, like they they just want to sound so like you know when people try to talk heavy, like they just want to sound like so profound, like, oh, first of all, you should have never been in a minor, and they capitalize minors. DM, it's like, relax. Like, you're trying to make this minor thing a thing. Like, it's not that serious. Like, what is that? You can still, like, so you can't talk to someone who's 17? It's not like she was creeping on him. So who cares if she was in his DM? Like, it's not like she was being weird, you know?
Yeah, and that's where I was confused, because when I was seeing these headlines, that's why my immediate assumption, because people were throwing the word minor everywhere.
Like,
and while
so now you can't talk to somebody who's under 18?
And while that does still count in a sexual manner, like if somebody's older and they're talking to somebody that's a minor in that way, that still matters. But it's just because somebody's under 18 doesn't mean you can't speak to them.
That's like, so like this is weird too, because it's like they want to be grown, but then they'll throw that minor thing in your face when you try to talk. So it's like, we can't talk now. Like, of course, if you're trying to date, if you're trying to, of course that's wrong.
Yeah, the content matters.
But if you're just like, hey, like, what's up? Like, it's not that crazy.
Now, I'm not familiar with Doja specifically in terms of her social media antics, but I would say that if she's known to do this to people, then she shouldn't be mad.
Yeah, because she does these like type of social media antics, like quirkiness, like saying weird stuff to like Nicki and like other people. Like I forgot, like she said something, and like, somebody was like, "Stop saying that." Like it might have been JT or something. She was saying something to them, and they were like, "Stop saying that," like just laughing, you know. But it was like, she is kind of one of those annoying friends. I told you, I've come across people with her personality, not my cup of tea. Not the type of person I want in my life. They're just very like agitating, based off how she presents herself online. I don't know her personally, but like agitating and like messing around with friends. But then when it's on her, I mean, maybe she was just embarrassed. Maybe because she really liked this guy. Yeah,
and that's the part where it's like, oh, that's nasty, because it's like.
Cause now he's probably like, you know, what if she had her plan and how she was gonna? But I thought she was in a relationship though, so I'm confused. Who knows?
I have thoughts about her that I won't say.
Well, you think she out here? She gave me that vibe.
Who was didn't that end up being fake with the Tristan Thompson thing where they threw Doja's name in it? Do you remember? Hold on, let me see. Because there was definitely where somebody leaked, or there was somebody put out text messages, and then in the text messages, I think it was Tristan saying, "Don't throw Doja in there." I think it was something. It was during when they were saying Drake got with Kylie, or something in there, and then Doja's name got brought up somehow, as if Doja was involved with some people. Like,
I feel like I faintly remember that.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. But she probably out here, and I hate putting that on people.
I know, I hate putting on people.
I really
too,
do.
But she is kind of just like, she is very like sexually inclined, if that makes sense. Like, obviously it's in her music, it's in her social media, how she acts. Like I think she literally what that's why I thought she was in a relationship. She was on live one time, and I could have swore the guy like in the background people were trying to decipher what he said, but it definitely sounded like come get this meat or whatever that he said. And she was in the pool and she was like, "Oop, I'm on live." And I was like, "Who's that?" They were trying to figure out who the guy was. We don't know who the guy was. I mean, it could have been somebody who she was messing with. And to each your own. Like I don't care about people's sexual life, but she does kind of give me that vibe. But maybe she really was messing with that, messing with him and like really liked him.
Who knows?
But maybe not. Maybe she just wanted to shoot her shot, and now she feels like it might be ruined. But
yeah, and I hate when people put that on other people, like especially men that put that on women or women that put that on women about them getting around. I hate that. But yeah. I just think that she has the personality that would make her more friendly, sociable, all that kind of stuff.
And then she just does seem like she just
having a good time.
Enjoys
it. And that's perfectly
the act, and I feel like that's just how she is.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I ain't judging. But yeah, it probably sucks.
They're both kind of wrong. Because he didn't have to screenshot that and post it, but especially without her permission. He could have asked, like, hey, can I make a funny TikTok to this? But she also didn't have to, like...
What was the TikTok? It was just the DMs?
It was literally just the DMs. Yeah, I'll show you. Okay, I just had it open. Like, see, it's gone. This is a green screen video, but this is what it was. This was Doja. Noah, can you tell Joseph to hit me up? Wait, no, does he have a girlfriend? And he said slide into his DMs. I don't know his IG or Twitter. He doesn't have a DM to slide in. And then he said right here. Then he posted this. And then his caption said thirsty Doja.
Yeah, that's nasty. That's nasty behavior. Even at 17, I would at least know not to do that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, I don't think people should be throwing the minor thing in there. Because I get it, he is a minor, but it's not even like
they want to like make, like I said, they want to sound profound.
It's not as bad as Drake giving dating advice to Millie.
Yeah, and that's what kind of makes me kind of like feel like, sometimes you got to question racial undertones because people love Doja, but then the second that something like this happens, like they're gonna pick Noah, they're gonna pick the white boy from Stranger Things over Doja, and sometimes it does you do kind of gotta question the outrage and the reaction.
Oh, of course.
Sometimes it does, especially as a black woman. I mean, she's a mixed woman, but a mixed woman who obviously looks black, you got to question. Because they'll love you until you do something wrong. But she was wrong. But at the same time, it's like, where's the smoke for Noah, though? But then you got to kind of give some smoke to him.
I think he deserves all of it, to be honest. I actually don't see where Doja was wrong here, even in her response, because I watched her response to everything.
It's not like she dragged him. She was like, he was kind of snaky.
He's young, yeah. It's a little snaky.
Yeah, it's a little snaky. So I don't get like it is so weird how people are, like they see their idols set to do no wrong, and they love Doja, but the second that she speaks out against a white man, minor looks like now they're trying to get her wrapped up in something like she talking to a minor. Like you see how they try to drag things though.
Try to help me.
There's always these little white girls too.
Try to help me understand people not wanting. Like I can't wrap my mind around they can't do any wrong thing. I never understood it.
It's insane. They do it to so many people, to Beyonce, to Nicki, to Diarra. When Diarra was messing with that girl, that stud that she's messing with, when I was her makeup artist's man of 8 years.
I don't understand.
They can't see them doing no wrong.
And I can't understand why they want them to do no wrong, if that makes sense.
Yeah, right.
I'm not saying cancel people, because I don't believe in any of that.
Yeah.
But it's just very interesting to see the way people will move the goalpost all the way around the field to appease, the person that they like.
Yeah, that's why this is one TikToker, and her fan base is crazy. But there's this one fan page that literally. Sometimes they be going OD, but they be dragging her when she does some stuff wrong. Like she defended, I guess, they seem like they hate men, right? So she defended Johnny Depp, made a statement, and they dragged her to like, this is so irresponsible. Why would you post it? And they're a huge fan of her. I'm like, I can respect that. That might be how you feel, and at least you're dragging your stand. A lot of people don't do that. They'll support any and everything they say, literally, and see that they could do no wrong.
This is sickness. Scary. It's definitely sickness. We see that the most, of course, with Drake.
Yeah, I mean, these people are humans. They can make mistakes.
And I think people do earn it, definitely, based on the work they put in, their personality, and their relatability. They definitely deserve it. I don't fault the person themselves, but I do fault the thought process and the psychology of the people that support them. Because they're just people. Stan culture is crazy.
Is literally
But
I think a lot of those people in there are mentally ill. Like a lot of those stands are mentally ill, in my opinion.
I would like to see, because one of the things that I don't like, and this is a crazy proposition, but I would love for social media to become like not government regulated, but a little bit of government regulation, only because I want anybody that has a social media account, and I'm sorry if they end up implementing this, people, because to me it would make social media so much cleaner.
Yeah.
You got to register a government ID, passport. You see Facebook already does that a little bit. Because to me...
I think you have to make sure people are of age. Because
right.
a lot of these stand culture people are underage. Like, they're not even like 17, 16. I'm talking 12, 11,
yeah, and that's the thing. Cursing,
crazy.
Calling people all types of names.
Those are what I probably talk the most crazy online.
Yeah, it's the young kids. And
because I used to do that.
Because I would just highly doubt that there's anybody that's 45.
Yeah.
Running a stand page.
Yeah.
So me personally, I would like to see social media with like a verification like that.
You could tell too, because sometimes I look at some of these people tweets and their mindsets are so juvenile. Like, it's scary. Like, it's like, oh my God, this one guy, like, this couple broke up, and the one guy, like, I guess he said he loved Olivia Rodrigo, like, on his page, like, and then the stand was like, because the stand of because she was the stand of the relationship, and then she sided with the girl.
Of course.
She's like, look, he's a WHORE. He said he loves Olivia Rodrigo. I'm like, whoa, like she wrote a paragraph saying how he was like nasty and how this is so disrespectful to the ex. I'm like, he just said he loved her, like how he does music, so I'm sure he loves her for her music. I don't think he actually like saying he loves her. Like, you could tell these are kids.
Yeah.
That mindset is. I'm like, this is scary. Whoever is probably 8.
I hate those.
What do you mean? Like, he's I don't want to curse, but how you gonna call him that name? Cause what? I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's a bunch of kids, and that's why like
I think you need to be 16 at least.
I just think it's 16. More so we need to get people to be more responsible and not let anybody make an account and just let off any thoughts. Because I feel like it's so irresponsible to have somebody that can make 7 different profiles with all these different thoughts and not be able and not have a profile picture, and there's no like consequences for the things that they say.
That's true, and that's true. Because sometimes you can't even trace some of these things unless it was an actual investigation where they trace IP addresses. Sometimes you can't trace these people.
But even with an IP address trace, all I got to do is VPN into somewhere, and it's gonna tell me that I sent this tweet from China.
And these kids are smart, so they I'm sure some of them do that.
Yeah.
Use a VPN. There needs to be something too, especially with the multiple accounts things. I feel like there has to be a verification process, and you got to get approved for why you want a second account. So if you're saying, okay, I'm making a second account for like my podcast
or a business,
or a business,
blah, blah, blah.
You can't just make like fake pages. Like, I mean, but then people will be mad because I get the whole Finsta culture.
Nah, but no, one thing about me, because it's almost
the close friends conversation.
We could talk about that. Hold up. We'll save that for a second. I was going to say something else, and I don't want to trigger anybody, but so I'm not going to bring it up.
Save it.
I was going to say it's the same thing that we were saying about the abortion thing, where it's like hold people accountable for things. Mm-hmm. I think that the whole Finsta thing is just another way for people to not deal with like
themselves,
reality, and deal with themselves.
Like, they want to hide behind a fake page and post like the real them. Why not post the real you on your regular page?
Even people would like listen, because this whole thing, this podcast thing. One thing about what I'll do, I stand on everything that I say. I put myself and my thoughts and opinions on this video in clear audio on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, everywhere with my face. Yeah. You can clearly see me saying what I'm saying. I'll stand on what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm never gonna hide behind a fake profile. Even on my YouTube, my Google account, it's a picture of me. It's not the little K thing because my name starts with a K, or an A because my name starts with an A. It's me. Yeah. So I stand on everything, and I don't feel like anybody. That's not true. I don't think that there's enough people that stand on what they say, and that's why I got on you about having those kind of accounts. Because for me, it's say how you feel, say what your chat. I know why you do it. Don't jump into it.
Like I said, I only do it to protect myself because my name is on my social media. So I only use a fake page when I'm talking about something that's very, very controversial, and I do not want to be doxxed. And I don't want people to hit up my company.
Right. So
certain conversations.
But for me, I don't care.
My fake page.
For me, I don't care. If I'm going to talk about a topic, then I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to hide behind a page because I'm afraid of the consequences. If I'm afraid of the consequences of something, I just won't say it.
You just won't say it. I get it.
So for me, I feel like people need to be held more accountable.
Yeah, they do.
People able to get off anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then people make their pages private. Like, nah, there shouldn't even be private pages on a social
Private
public
pages
platform.
is the dumbest thing to me. I'm sorry. Like, it's so dumb. Like, you don't have to have social media. You don't.
Just don't post it.
Like, if you want if you want your family to keep up with your life, send it to them in the group chat. You don't like why I never understood private social media pages, especially Twitter. Like Instagram, okay, fine, but Twitter, like what? Like especially like somebody quoted my tweet the other day and their page is private. I'm like, I can't even see what you said. You could be talking crazy and I can't even see it. Like, why are you hiding? Like, private pages are stupid. So stupid. People be so scared. I mean, I get it for certain professions, like people who work in like education. Their kids, they find their Instagrams and follow them, and then now the principal knows your page. So I get it, especially if you have something you don't want to look crazy for work. But other than that, it's like there's no point. Unless it's for that reason, there's no point for it to be private.
Yeah, we can have a deeper conversation. Hold up. So for the Doja and Noah thing.
Yeah, to wrap that up.
Yeah, we good there?
Yeah, I think they both, I hate when things are too publicly made. I think Doja, where she went wrong, come on, you asking him where his page is. This show was like the #1 show on Netflix. Like, this show is like a huge success, a huge hit. He's verified and got millions of followers. It shouldn't be hard to find him. Like, you kind of played stupid. Like, that's why I told you, her personality seems like damsel in distress. Hey, help me find his page. Like, friends like that. Friend, find him. You can find him. Like, stop. I hate people like that, needy and weird. Like, help me find him. Like, okay, so she was wrong in that aspect. He was wrong for posting it without her permission and posting it all. Cause what did you get out of that? Clout.
Yeah, followers.
Yeah.
Relevancy.
Yeah.
Trending.
Doja. So it's like, oh, this is a hit. Doja
Views.
wants Eddie from Stranger Things. Like,
likes.
Yeah.
Comments.
Yeah.
All the things a 17-year-old
Which you
want.
don't need. Yeah, which you would want, but you don't need that. Like, your will from Stranger Things. Like, you don't need that. But, you can't judge the 17-year-old mindset because when we did stupid stuff at 17. The stuff that we posted, remember you would show me your old Snap stories. I'm like, was this posted? And you're like, it was. And I was like, that's so cringe. Like, the stuff that we was posting at 18 on Snapchat, like, we were stupid. We were stupid back then, and that's just comes with age. And Doja should have known that. Like, you put yourself at risk. You're too grown to be asking somebody 10 years younger than you for somebody's at, and not thinking that he was going to screenshot.
It's probably a disconnect too. I think a little bit, and this is my last thought on it, but in ages, because I think that the way because 10 years is a big difference. I think the way that somebody his age right now uses social media, I think that generation uses social media differently. Like
not extremely different, but definitely a little different.
Because we came up in a time when there was no clout in social media.
Yeah, you just posted the post.
You posted the post, you said whatever.
Instagram, yeah.
We had that, and then it eventually became, oh wait, we can make money off of this. Mm-hmm. And then the mindset started to change a little bit. Not everybody still posts that way. Some people still just regular, just posting what breakfast they had. Some people are still normal, and then
that's coming back. Like the kids on who really act on social media now, they keep showing like editing my pictures like it's 2014, and they're using the Instagram filter. So it's coming back where they're trying. That's where the whole Finsta thing is coming in. It's kind of coming back where they like, and people are like, oh, I love photo dumps. Like the photo dump coming back. Like all that is kind of coming back where people are just posting. But that's why I think that that's also created this culture of people trying too hard to be relatable, trying too hard to be quirky. And then that backfires, because that could have been what he was doing. Either he was doing it for clout, or he was trying to be quirky, like, oh, look, she's thirsty, like, trying to be funny.
And the word thirsty is crazy.
Yeah, let's get rid of that word. Let's ban the word thirsty. That word.
I actually haven't heard that anybody use that word.
Me neither. That's why I'm shocked that people still use that. Like,
interesting.
I feel like if people use maybe the word fiend more. I don't know if people really say thirsty. He's thirsty. That's like how we was looking in high school. We're old. We're getting old.
We old.
Look what stuff was coming in and out of.
Anyway.
Oh my God, we're getting old. Ugh.